back with the notes for 5.4. I'm going to kind of do this video a little bit differently. Up in the top right, I have your page 155 from your book. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, I have the PDF that I'm going to end up printing out for you in class to put in your notebook so you don't have to write it down. And off to the left, I have the calculator that we're using. This will be where you're watching to see what we're doing. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is make sure our calculator is reset. I'm going to go Home, to, Menu, and C. I'm going to clear out everything that's in there. Do I want to delete it all? Yes. Okay. All right. Once that is done, I can go back to my home screen, and we are ready to start setting up a linear regression. Here's how that works. If I'm looking down here at my PDF, it's telling me all my steps. I'm on the home screen. I'm going to go down here to this green square. That's my list in spreadsheets. I'm going to click to open that. You are going to notice three different parts of your spreadsheet. You have your letter titles up here. You have your equal formula right here. And you have columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where you're going to put your data. Okay, so if I'm following my directions on the paper at the bottom, it says first thing I need to do is label my headings. So I'm going to go up all the way to where the A is. And I'm going to label X1, enter. Going down and back up to this B, I'm going to go Y1, enter. I'm moving my square back up to C, X2, enter. Moving down and up to D, I'm going to do Y2 and enter. Basically, I want to make this exact table, X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay? All right, once I have my headings labeled, we're going to go into the data. I'm going to go move my box all the way down until it gets over here. I want to make sure that I am not in the equal line, I'm in the 1 line. And I'm going to copy my data from problem 1, okay? I'm going to do 4, enter, 6, enter, 9, enter. Move it back over here to 1, 10, enter, 14, enter, 20, enter. I'm typing in my numbers in this first column. I'm going to put both tables in at the same time though. If I move my arrow over here, starting back in X2's first row, I'm going 5, enter, 8, enter, 1, enter. Next column, -4, -10, and +4. Okay, that gets me through the first piece is setting up my table. Okay. If you need to pause, listen to that again, go back. Otherwise, we're going to move on to my next step. My next step is to actually get the equation. So let me scroll down so it'll tell us our next pieces. Okay. My next piece is to move over into the E column. So I'm going to move over using my arrows, and I'm going to go up to the top of the E column. I'm not in the gray area. Okay. I am down here right in line with my table, but I am in the E column. And I'm going to follow these steps over here to get my M and B. I'm going to go to Menu. 4 is Statistics. I want to calculate my linear regression. Notice this is the equation we've been working with, mx plus b. I choose that one. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. You should see this screen. It's asking you what do you want to use for your X list and your Y list. But you have to use these arrows to choose them. Okay, so if I click on this arrow, it asks me, what do you want to use as your X? Well, we're going to make the first equation, so X1. What do I want to use for my Y's? Use the arrow. I want to use my Y1. That's my first relationship. And which equation do I want to save this linear regression to? F1. I want it to be my first function. Okay, I don't have to choose anything else. I'm going to go down with my arrows, and I'm going to go to OK. When I do that, you should see that you have an M of 2 and a B of 2. I'm going to pick up my pencil right now, and I'm going to come up here into my first equation and write my line. My equation is y equals 2x plus 2. My M is 2, and my B was 2. So 2x plus 2. Okay? All right, we have our first equation. I'm going to move my little blue box right here over to the right. So I'm going to push the right arrow. You'll notice that now I'm under the H, okay? I'm under the H because I have to do that process one more time to get my second equation. So let's go back up, scroll right here. I'm going to do the same steps again to get my M and B again. Okay, so Menu, Statistics, Calculation, Linear Regression. But this time I'm going to use X2, Y2, F2. Make sure you use your arrows. So I'm choosing x2. Looking for my y, I want y2. Notice I'm not typing it, I'm looking at my arrows. And then I want it to save to F2. That's already in there, so we're going to press OK. This time I have a different M and B. I still have the old ones on my screen, but this is my new one, so I'm going to write it on my paper. My M is a -2, my B is a 6, so my second equation is y equals -2x plus 6. Okay? That is our first steps. The whole front page talks you how to get through both equations. Okay? I'm going to pause it. If you need to listen again, go ahead and do that. We're moving to the back page. The back page is going to be all about how do you get your solution. Okay? So if I scroll to the back page, we are now going to be moving into a graph. The calculator is going to hold all of that information for you. So all you have to do is go back to the home screen, go over to this little blue parabola shape on a graph, and we're going to click graph right here. Okay? Notice when it pops up to F3. We didn't save anything in F3. We need F1 and F2. So on the paper, it tells you, use your arrows to find them. I'm going to go up arrow to F1. It's already got it typed in. I don't type it in. It's already done. Press enter to graph. Okay, first guy's already in there. On the paper, it says use tab. That's this button right above the yellow one. Use tab to get your second equation. So tab. Again, I don't want F3. I'm going up to F2. It's already typed in there. I just press enter to graph it. Both of my equations were already in there. They were ready to graph. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to find them and press enter. Okay? I'm going to scroll down. Let's do our last two steps. Our last two steps tells us how we actually find the solution, the intersection. Now, you might be able to look at this and say, oh yeah, it's somewhere right here. But not every answer is going to be a whole number. So this is what we do. When you're in the graph, you're going to press Menu, Analyze the graph, and I want to find the intersection. When you do that, you're going to get this little dashy line. I'm going to scroll over here so we can see our directions. We're going to start by putting the dashed line somewhere on the left side and clicking. Okay? I'm clicking this middle section right here, okay? Just on your keypad. Notice your highlighter is going to start with shading. It's going to make it gray. I need to go all the way across the graph, across the intersection, all the way to the other side, and that's when I'm going to click again, okay? When I do that, it labels it for me, right? It says my intersection is 1, 4. So if I go on my paper and I'm ready to write my answer, my intersection is 1, 4, okay? It's already done. It's already labeled for me. That is a full process. That took us about 8 minutes to do it all together. I'm going to show you why I love these calculators as we fix problems 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to try and finish this up in the next 3 minutes. Are you ready? Okay. We are going to go Control up. Okay. You'll have a table spreadsheet and a graph separately. I'm going to scroll on my paper so you can see question 2. If you use your arrows on the calculator, go back to the table, open it up, and then use your arrows. We want to go all the way back to the table, back where we can see x1, y1, x2, y2. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to edit and put these new numbers in my table. Click on my first box, and I'm changing. -4, enter. 0, enter. 6, enter. Start back at the top. -8, enter. -2, enter. 7, enter. Typing in all my numbers. -2, 2, 10. Last set, -9, -1, and 15. The reason I love these calculators is because if we use our arrows and we go back over here, look at the M and B's. They're already changed for us. I didn't have to do the whole long process again. I'm writing it on my paper. My M1 is 1.5. My my B is -2. So y equals 1.5x minus 2. My second M and my second B are right here. So M was 2, B was -5. Already have it labeled. I'm going to put it in there. Y equals 2x minus 5. Okay, equations were super quick and easy. Watch what I'm going to do next. Control up. I'm going to go back and switch it out. I'm going to my graph. And watch, it's intersecting somewhere up here. I can't really see it. So if I click and I hold my mouse, watch what happens. I can grab this and I can move my screen just enough so I can see the intersection. What's my solution? Should be 6, 7. It's already labeled. I don't even have to highlight again. It's already done. Okay. All right, I'm going to put my graph back in the middle and click to let go. Let's try questions 3 and 4. Okay. Control up. I'm going back to the table. I'm using my arrows to go back to where the x1, y1, x2, y2 is. I'm looking at question 3. And I'm going to type in my new numbers. All right. First number is 1, 2, 3. I'm going 4, 3, 2. My x's are 0, 2, 4. My y's are 8, 4, 0. When I move over, m's and b's are already in there. I'm writing them on my paper. M is -1, b is 5, y equals -x plus 5. Make sure you don't put the 1. We know that. My second m is -2. My b is 8. Y equals -2x plus 8. Equations were already done for me, y'all. I want to switch back to the graph to get my answer. Control up. Double click the graph. Oh, look, there's my solution. It's at 3, 2. We are done with number 3. We got one more question. I'm going up to problem 4. We're going to go back to the table. Control up. Over to the table. Use your arrows to go back. Scroll into question 4. Let's type them in. We got 0, 2, and -2. -1, -4, and 2. Ooh, I think I did that wrong. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't put them over far enough. Sorry, let me fix that. 0, 2, and -2. The y's are -1, -4, and 2. X's are 1, -4, -6. And the y's are 5, 0, -2. Okay. If I move over, the m's and b's should already be there, and they are. M is -1.5. B is -1. M is 1. B is 4. So I've got y equals -1.5x minus 1. Second equation, y equals x plus 4. I didn't put the 1x. Back into the graph, control up. Open my graph. It's already labeled for me. My final solution is -2, 2. Here's how I'm going to know that you watched the whole video. If you watch this whole video, can you please put a heart around the page number 155? And up in the box, can you put a smiley face under where it says steps? Okay? All right, if you have both of those things, that's how you're going to get your 100%.